Have you ever asked God to forgive you for the same thing, dozens of times? Have you promised yourself you'd change, and then fell right back into it? Maybe nobody knows about the fight you're going through right now. Maybe you look fine on the outside, but inside, you know the truth. Today, I want to show you something that might actually change this. Not another guilt trip. Not another, just pray harder speech. Something real. Because here's what most people don't understand about sin. When we hear that word, we usually think about the big stuff. The obvious stuff. But sin isn't just about those things everyone talks about. It's also the phone you can't put down. The anger you hide but can't control. The little lies that slip out so easily. The thoughts that loop in your head and won't stop. The habits that make you feel empty but you keep doing them anyway. It's anything that pulls you away from who you're supposed to be. Anything that steals your peace. Anything that makes you feel far from God even when you're praying. And if you've been stuck in that cycle, you're not alone. Today, you're going to understand why you keep falling. And by the end, I'm going to show you the most important step. The one most people never hear about. Because maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't that you don't have enough faith. Let me tell you about someone. We'll call him David. David wakes up at 5 in the morning to pray. He reads his Bible every day. He goes to church. He serves. He gives. From the outside, he looks like he's doing everything right. But late at night, when everyone's asleep, David fights a battle nobody sees. He's been stuck in the same pattern for years. He prays about it. He cries about it. He promises God he'll stop. And for a few days, maybe even a week, he does. But then it happens again. And every time, the guilt gets heavier. The shame gets louder. He starts to wonder if God is even listening anymore. If maybe he's too broken to be fixed. He keeps going to church. Keeps smiling. Keeps looking fine. But inside, he feels like he's living two lives. And he doesn't know how to stop. The thing he's fighting, it's not even giving him joy anymore. It just makes him feel empty. But he can't seem to break free. And the worst part, he feels completely alone. Does any of that sound familiar? Here's what David didn't understand at first. And what most of us don't understand either. You don't beat sin just by trying harder. You don't win this fight with willpower alone. There's a different way to fight. And once David learned it, everything started to change. So let me break this down for you. Step by step. Step 1. Know your triggers. Most of us don't fall into sin randomly. It happens at certain times. In certain places. When we're feeling certain things. Maybe it's when you're bored. Or when you're stressed. Or when you're alone late at night. Maybe it's after a hard day. Or when you're feeling lonely. The battle doesn't start when you're already doing the thing. It starts way before that. It starts with the feeling. The thought. The moment. David realized his worst moments always came when he was tired and scrolling through his phone with nothing to do. That's when his mind would wander. That's when the temptation would show up. So he started paying attention. Not just to the sin itself, but to what led him there. And once you know your triggers, you can do something about them before it's too late. Step 2. Stop fighting alone. This is huge. Listen carefully. Shame wants you isolated. It wants you to think you're the only one. It wants you to keep this hidden. Because as long as you're alone, you're weak. David thought he had to handle this by himself. He thought if he told anyone, they'd judge him. They'd think less of him. So he kept it secret. But secrets give sin power. When David finally opened up to someone he trusted, something changed. Not because that person fixed him, but because now he wasn't carrying it alone. He had someone to pray with. Someone to check in on him. Someone who knew the real fight. And that made all the difference. You don't need to tell everyone. But you need to tell someone. A friend. A mentor. A pastor. Someone who can stand with you. Step 3. Replace, don't just remove. Here's a mistake a lot of people make. They try to stop doing something, but they don't replace it with anything. So there's just this empty space. And eventually, they go right back to fill it. Think about it. If you're used to grabbing your phone when you're bored, and you stop doing that, what are you doing instead? Just sitting there feeling bored? That won't last. David started filling that time with other things. When he felt the urge, he'd go for a walk, or call a friend, or read, or pray out loud, or do push-ups. Anything to redirect that energy. Because the truth is, your mind and body want to do something. So give them something better to do. Don't just fight the bad. Build the good. Step 4. Change how you see it. This one's powerful. Most of the time, sin looks like it's offering you something. Pleasure, escape, relief, fun. But that's a trick. What it's really doing is stealing from you. Stealing your peace, your confidence, your closeness with God, your sense of who you are. David had to start seeing his struggle differently. Not as something that gave him a quick escape, but as something that was slowly destroying him from the inside. Every time he gave in, it didn't make him feel better. It made him feel worse. Once he really understood that, it got easier to say no. Because he wasn't missing out on something good. He was protecting something valuable. Step 5. Turn your struggle into purpose. Here's something beautiful. Your battle doesn't have to be wasted. The thing you're fighting right now, one day, it could be the thing that helps someone else. David used to think his struggle made him useless. But now he sees it differently. Because he knows what it's like to feel stuck. He knows what it's like to feel ashamed. He knows what it's like to fight something nobody else can see. And that means he can help people who are going through the same thing. Your pain can become your purpose. Your mess can become your message. Not today, maybe. But one day. Now let me give you some real talk about how your brain works. When you do something that feels good, your brain releases a chemical that makes you want to do it again. That's normal. That's how we're wired. But when you keep doing something over and over, your brain starts expecting it, craving it. And when you don't get it, you feel off. That's not a spiritual failure. That's just how habits work. And the good news is, you can build new habits the same way. It takes time. It takes repetition. But it works. Every time you choose differently, you're rewiring your brain. Every time you say no, you're getting stronger. It won't feel like it at first. But it's happening. So how do you actually do this in real life? Let's get practical. First, write down your triggers. Seriously. Get a piece of paper or open your notes app. Write down when you're most vulnerable. What time of day. What you're feeling. Where you are. Just seeing it on paper makes it real. Second, make a plan for those moments. Not a vague plan like, I'll pray more. A specific plan. Like, when I feel this way, I will do this exact thing. Maybe it's texting a friend. Maybe it's going outside. Maybe it's putting your phone in another room. Whatever works for you. Third, set up barriers. Make the sin harder to do. If your phone is the problem, don't take it to bed. If certain places trigger you, avoid them. If certain people pull you down, create some distance. You're not being weak by doing this. You're being smart. Fourth, celebrate small wins. Every day you make it through is a victory. Don't wait until you're perfect to feel proud. Progress is progress. And fifth, when you fall, and you might, don't stay down. Get back up. Ask for forgiveness. Learn from it. Keep going. Falling doesn't mean you failed. Staying down does. I want you to know something. God isn't surprised by your struggle. He's not up there disappointed and distant. He knows what you're fighting. And He's right there with you in it. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are not a lost cause. Every single person who ever lived has fought something. Every single one. You're in good company. And the fact that you're still fighting, that matters. That says something about who you are. A lot of people give up. They stop caring. They convince themselves it's fine. But you're here. You're trying. You're looking for a way forward. That's not weakness. That's strength. So if this is your fight right now, I want you to do something. Drop a comment and just say, "I'm going to win." You don't have to explain. You don't have to share details. Just say it. Because speaking it out loud makes it real. And when you see other people saying the same thing, you'll realize you're not alone in this. We're all fighting something. And we're going to win together. Let me leave you with this. Maybe you've fallen 100 times. Maybe 1,000. But as long as you keep getting back up, there's hope. Sin doesn't get to define who you are. Your worst moment doesn't get to be your whole story. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than your struggles. You are loved. You are seen. You are worth fighting for. And every day you choose to keep going, you're proving that. So don't give up. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. Because the best version of you is still ahead. And it's worth the fight to get there. Let's do this.